Hello, Claire Maxwell here with the Alexander Technique. Today's video is one of maybe three about standing on one leg. There's going to be 3 steps in today's video. That's not 3, that's 5. 3 steps. And the first 2 are about how to pay attention to yourself. And then the third is the movement that we're going to do. So let's start just by warming up your hands a little bit, just rubbing them together softly, bringing some sensation to the skin of your hands. And then you're going to use your hands to bring that warmth and attention to the inside of your heel bone. Your heel bone is called the talus, and if you touch your ankle bone here of your lower leg, the heel bone is a big bone that's extending behind your lower leg. And I just want you to particularly bring sensation to the skin on the underside and side that's closest to your midline. And maybe just to articulate your foot gently. So it's not a big stretch, but just to articulate that heel bone and how it actually really goes with the whole foot. So whenever your heel bone moves, your whole foot moves and articulates gently on your lower leg. So when we're standing, this contact point here is really important in our proprioception of ourselves. And you're going to do the same thing with the other foot. And this skin is usually pretty, sometimes we have a big callus here, so be gentle with it and see if the warmth of your hands kind of starts to melt through the skin of your foot here, and you can really gently articulate the foot on your lower leg. So the second, well, there's really 3 pieces of attention. The second one has to do with this contact of this part of your heel, even here on the floor as you're sitting here. How does this contact here contribute to ease in your neck and your shoulders? So is it possible to have contact with that part of your foot there and just to be kind of easy and open and free in your throat and your neck, so that those 2 parts of you can move? And then when we come up, I'll share the third part. So I just have to make a little adjustment here to the camera. Great. So in terms of the movement form, what you're going to do is bring your heels just gently together so they don't have to be crammed and you don't have to be that turned out, but I do want your toes to be open and you're pointed out slightly and your heels together. And while you're here, you go back to that contact, the inside of your heel, and you ask that question again about ease. How does that contact point contribute to you having ease in your neck? And your neck actually includes your whole tailbone. And then the third movement of your attention is to notice everything around you, all around you. Everything that's not you. Then what we're going to do in that playful field of attention is to let the weight of your head shift over to one side. And just keep observing the contact at your heels and how that contributes to ease, because there's going to be shifting and moving up top, but you don't really need to worry about it too much. You're not turning or twisting, you're just kind of going side to side. And you can just play with that movement up and over to the other side. And you might find that there's more shifting on one side or the other. But if you just wait a little bit and notice the contact of that inside of your heel that's actually a little bit behind your lower leg. And then bring your head, the weight of your head, don't worry about what part of your head, just the weight of it, right back over your feet again. And what you might notice when you do this is that there's a little bit of an engagement of the musculature on this side that you're shifting your head towards, that it engages a little bit, and that the other side releases. And then they kind of reset and balance in the middle. So who knows exactly what is happening, but there's a little bit of tone on both sides. And then when you shift your head all the way down to your foot, there's kind of a release on the side you're shifting away from, and a little bit of a sort of engagement on the other side, all with an easy shifting of weight over your ankles. So the only thing that's going to interfere with your balance here is if you start gripping your neck or trying to hold your pelvis in a particular place over your feet. So it's going to be really revealing about where you get tight or where you get stiff. And with this little shifting, if you start to play with that, in the next video, we'll move on to shifting the weight to one leg. All right, peace and love. Thanks for watching.